Now we discuss some topics from Bhagavad Gita. I will sing special bhajan. We usually sing Jara Madhava before discussing Bhagavad Gita. Please join. Jara Madhava.
Jos on tarvetta käännöstä suomeksi tai ehkä myös venäjäksi mahdollista. Eli joko suomeksi tai venäjäksi voi kääntää täällä, jos on tarvetta.
Krishna dear devotees, today we will discuss Bhagavad Gita. What is the Bhagavad Gita? It is the best book in our universe. Because the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, spoke Bhagavad Gita to his close friend, devotee, and Arjuna. And Bhagavad Gita, it is the words of Supreme Personality of Godhead. and useful, very usefully to read and trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. If we have only small level of understanding of Bhagavad Gita, by the contact with the words of Supreme Personality, Supreme Personality of Godhead, we will purify it even without full understanding. Okay, and today I'm planning to discuss chapter number 14. It is a very, very philosophical chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And in this chapter, Lord Shri Krishna described three objects, three subjects of knowledge. First is Ishvara, absolute truth. Second is Atma, the living being like we are. And third is material nature, this universe. And Lord Shri Krishna is creator of this universe, and he said no fourth element in our life. Only absolute truth, only we are. And it is all. And relationships between spiritual soul, we are, and Supreme Personality of Godhead calls yoga. And relationships with spiritual soul and material nature is called karma. And relationships between absolute truth and this material universe calls time. We can start discuss this reality from ourselves. Why like this? Because main part of all living entities of people like to hear about themselves. We are the best objects of our life. I can give, for example, in New York was very high house with lift, maybe 80 levels or surrounds. And this lift was not so fast, and people lost time in this lift, maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. It was a problem, and they started to chastise the owner of this house. Please change your lift, change your lift. But it was expensive, and the owner of this house changed, but not lift, but one wall. Put mirror to all wall. And all problems were finished because people started to see themselves. It is the best event in their lives. Yes, and for this reason, Krishna started to explain truth in Bhagavad Gita from spiritual souls, from us. And Krishna said, spiritual soul, it is part of Krishna, part of absolute truth. Aham Brahmasmi, I am part of absolute truth. And Krishna said, spiritual soul is, any spiritual soul is eternal. No death, no death. But material body is temporary, very temporary. It means, Krishna explained, we will have process of reincarnation. After dying this body, we are spiritual soul will not die and will go to next body, after them to next body, after them to next body. It is like if our dress will finish, we are not finished. We change dress, short trousers or first spiritual soul we are eternal living beings. It is good news, no less. Wonderful. And what is the law of reincarnation? Our consciousness in the moment of the death will produce our next body. And Krishna said, if you will meditate to me, you will come to my spiritual world. Please be attentive. But unfortunately or fortunately, we have no knowledge about the time of our death. By this reason, we need to meditate to Krishna any moment, because death can come in any moment. Maharaja Parikshit was a very fortunate person because he had knowledge after 7 days he will die, and he prepared, and in the moment of the death was in good consciousness and came to spiritual world. It is first topic or first reality from through three realities: supreme spiritual soul, eternal spiritual soul, which is reincarnating in process of reincarnation. And second aspect is absolute truth, Ishvara, absolute truth. Be it by eyes, by ears, we can see and hear only this material nature. But upper or inside or in the another dimension, we can have contact with spiritual absolute truth. It is very interesting. Absolute truth, what does it mean? It is source of all objects, of all realities, like a root of the tree. We cannot see a root, but we can see trees and branches and leaves. And the same situation is absolute truth. We cannot see the root of this universe. We cannot see the root of ourselves. But this root is presence. And a lot of explanations in Vedic scriptures and in Bhagavad Gita. There are 3 levels of understanding of absolute truth. First is Brahman, impersonal Brahman. Shining spiritual world. And this Brahman inside of everything, inside of this mic, inside of this computer, inside of in Mridanga, inside of my body, in sky, inside of the sky, in any point, we can find Brahman inside. And this Brahmanite is aspect of Sat, absolute truth, Sat aspect. It means freedom from sinful activities, and eternal eternal existence. Eternal. Good. And second step of understanding of absolute truth is Paramatma, super soul. Like our spiritual soul is soul of our body, the same there is a super soul, soul of all universe. If we see for universe like body. And this super soul is situated in any atoms and between atoms too, and in heart of any living entities. And this super soul is person. Effulgence, impersonal Brahman, is not person, but super soul is person. It is 4 arms, form of Lord Vishnu, situated in our heart and dimension. It is like 20 centimeters tall, like this. And in any atom, possible to have contact with this super soul. Super soul has two aspects: Sat, eternal existence, purity, and Chit, knowledge about all things. Because super soul is the owner of this universe. Super soul knows about all things in previous time, in future, in our time. Third level of understanding of absolute truth is Bhagavan. Bhagavan. Well, who is it? It is Lord Shri Krishna. He is root of Lord Vishnu, or Super Soul. And Jiva Goswami in his Bhakti Sandarbha wrote, Lord Vishnu, Super Soul, is a devotee of Lord Krishna. He is Supreme Personality of God, he is soul of this universe, but he is devotee of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna has three qualities. Sat, eternal existence, Chit, knowledge, and third is Ananda, bliss, happiness, unlimited happiness. And by the contact with Bhagavan, Lord Shri Krishna, we can accept unlimited happiness in our life, may be very, very happy. And three processes of yoga processes. First, meditation to Bhagavan, effulgence of absolute truth. It means Jnana Yoga. Jnana is knowledge or yoga of knowledge and austerity. It is impersonal aspect. Impersonalist is followers of this Jnana Yoga process. Second way is Ashtanga Yoga or Patanjali Yoga process. It is meditation to Super Soul for Vishnu in our heart. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dhyana. 8 levels. First is Hatha Yoga. Second is Raja Yoga. Idea, meditation, contact with Super Soul and Samadhi. Contact with qualities of Sat, eternal existence, and Chit, knowledge, transcendental knowledge. But no happiness. You will know all things. You will have all mystic powers, but no happiness. So interesting. Why? Because third way, contact with Bhagavan, Sat, eternal existence, Chit, knowledge, and Ananda, blissful. This Bhakti Yoga. It is our process. Three, transcendental base. The best is Bhakti Yoga. Relationship between eternal living entities, spiritual soul, and material nature names karma. You will have results of all your activities. If you act according to scriptures, spiritual scriptures, Vedas, for example, you will have all good karma or transcendental results. In a simple way, you will have some problem, bad results, maybe problems with health, with fortune, or rest. It is karma. We are spiritual souls. In one side, we have material world, material universe. In another side, Supreme Personality of Godhead, absolute truth. And more nature to Supreme Personality of Godhead. as more our life started to be transcendental. Idea changed karma to yoga. Karma to yoga. Yoga was the best bhakti yoga process. And relationships between material nature and supreme personality of Godhead is time. So-called time. Circles of the time. Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga, Vapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga. One circle. Like the circle like day, morning, day, evening, night. Or circle of year, spring, summer, winter, or autumn, winter. The same big circle, 4 yugas. One yuga, Kali Yuga, is a shorter period of time. 432 thousands of Earth years, our years. It's the shortest. Previous twice more longer. Previous 3 times more longer. And first 4 times more longer. Totally all circle 10 times more longer than Kali Yuga. And 1,000 of these circles. It is one day of Brahma. Brahma is creator of our universe. He is staying in the highest planet, one of the highest planet in our universe. There's only one day, and 30 days there is a month, and 12 months, 1 year, and 100 years is the duration of his life. It is time. An idea of time, they put all realities in right sequence, one after another. And second, material time will destroy all things. My body will destroy it. This house will destroy it. This city will destroy it. This country will destroy it. This continent will destroy it. This planet will destroy it, and universe will destroy it. Time. But Krishna is more powerful than time, because Krishna is creator of time. It is all things, absolute truth, spiritual, eternal spiritual soul, material nature, yoga, karma, time. It is explanation of our life. It's like mechanism. Very easy. It is explanation of Lord Shri Krishna in 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Very, very philosophical. Quite logical, quite mechanical. Another aspect of Bhakti Yoga. Deep personal relationships between any living entity and Supreme Personality of God. Between any spiritual souls, between devotees. Second aspect, and more important aspect. We can to be out of this transcendental knowledge of 14th chapter. But if we have relationships with Guru from Guru Paramparas, and with Supreme Personality of Godhead, with spiritual holy names of the Lord, we will have spiritual taste. And this spiritual taste will produce happiness in our life. Contact with Krishna is the main idea, main aim of our lives. Contact with Krishna. It is Bhakti Yoga process. And Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of our International Society of Krishna Consciousness, quite often said, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Be happy by chanting of Hare Krishna, because transcendental Supreme Personality of Godhead, absolutely spiritual person, and his name is absolutely not different from himself. And by chanting of holy name, we are in contact with Krishna himself. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Krishna is coming with this sound. We cannot see by eyes, but we can hear by our ears. Contact with Krishna himself. One time, one man came to Srila Prabhupada and asked, please show me the Lord. And Srila Prabhupada asked him, what kind of holy name are chanting? I am not chanting. Srila Prabhupada said, there is a sequence. First, holy names. Second, form, after the qualities, after the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. First, holy name. Second, form. Start to chant. Holy names. And after some time, you will have a vision of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. An idea. We need to have taste of holy names, taste of reading and understanding Bhagavad Gita, taste for worshipping Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of deities, taste of relationships with Vaishnavas, and taste of transcendental service to Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we have this taste, it's possible for any devotee. If you have this taste, you will be very, very happy. This spiritual taste will destroy all problems or some stress, some dissatisfaction in our life. Even we have only a small piece of this transcendental taste. Why? Because this taste is not different from Krishna himself. Krishna is very powerful. For example, there is one very, very inspired spiritual master in our ISKCON movement. He is sannyasi, initiated spiritual master. He is Sachinanda Goswami Maharaj. And he is happy in any time. In the night, in the day, alone or together with devotees, he is happy. And another devotees, spiritual masters, ask him why you are happy in any time. How is it possible? And answer was very interesting. Sachinanda Swami said, I am happy, absolutely happy, by the seeing small spark of transcendental reality. If any person have small spark of spiritual realization or some good activities in Krishna consciousness or some anything, spiritual spark only, I'm happy, I'm running to see, oh, this is spark of spiritual energy. This is spark of Krishna. And I'm so happy. It is the reason why we need to be very attentive to any spiritual realities around us and inside of our body and our heart. For this reason, we will be happy in any time. There is an example. Two persons have one glass of water, and half of glass. Water is situated only in the half of glass, and half of glass is empty. And there is debate. One is saying, this glass is empty, more empty than full. And another said, no, this glass is more full than empty. It is a question of our viewpoint. And Sachinanda Swami and Srila Prabhupada, of course, he said, we need to see some transcendental reality inside of you, surround of you, and in all aspects. And if you have this aspect, and if you see this aspect, you need to be trained to be happy by the contact of this, because it is spiritual taste. For example, example, quite small, but if you put to your mouth, you will sound second time. Very interesting. If you put a small piece of fruit or berry to your inside of your mouth, you will have very intensive taste. The same situation. If you can see small spiritual spark, you need to be trained to take this spark and have to feel this taste. By this activity, you will happy in any time. It is secret of Bhakti Yoga. If you have known this intensive taste now, need to pray to Srila Prabhupada, to Rupa Goswami, to Lord Krishna himself. Please give me this taste. Please give me this taste. And you will have. Because Lord Krishna is very kind and Srila Prabhupada is very merciful. It is our personal life, spiritual life. After that, we will happy in any time. And our blessings will increase day after day, month after month. It is secret of Bhakti Yoga. We need to know all philosophy, all mechanism of this situation, this Ishvara or soul, spiritual soul, and natural nature. We need to know and need to have the spiritual taste. If not, it will be very mechanical. And I will pray for all of you about understanding this message of Bhagavad Gita and about your reaching spiritual taste in any time, in any aspects of transcendental service of Bhakti Yoga process. Have you some questions? Our talk is finishing. Some questions, some comments? No question, I can give some comments. First, there are two realities in our life. In our life. First is head and second is heart. Philosophy situated in our head, but spiritual taste is situated in our heart. Need to open, Rupa Goswami said, need to open our heart, need to turn to Krishna and open-hearted put Krishna and spiritual taste inside. And second, Bhakti Yoga, this taste is coming from heart to heart. If you pray to Srila Prabhupada will give you this taste. It is two secrets. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Maharaj. What is it also and the living entity of Brahman and also this impersonal is called Brahman because is it because this impersonal Brahman is just a small part of Krishna?
Yeah.
Okay. And personal Brahman is about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. We are our names is personal. We are personalists, meditating or to Supreme Personality of Godhead or to Bhagavan. Impersonalists meditate only the effulgence of absolute truth. No happiness. Sorry. Happiness in Krishna consciousness ki. Jai. Shiva Prabhupada ki. Jai. Helsinki Temple ki. Jai.
His Grace Vishvavasu Prabhu ki. Jai.